I get random messages.
Shalom and blessings, warriors of Yahuwah and the truth. I am so happy Brother Lou gave me the idea to start reading Wormwood as our next book. Okay, it's The Secret of Lawlessness in one word. This one has the test on the back.
Yeah, that's not good.
Who's who? Proverbs 28:4. Those who forsake the Torah praise the wrong. Those who guard the Torah strive with them. Read that again slowly, and let's do a little test right now. Those who forsake the Torah praise the wrong. Those who guard the Torah strive with them. Wormwood test. Who is serving the dragon, and who is serving Yahusha? Test yourself with the evidence. Wormwood is feeding on and living by alterations of Yahuwah's word. Lies from the church fathers, or the circus fathers. Sorry. Pastors and their followers keep repeating they are not under the law and don't live by the old law, because the commandments were fulfilled by Yahusha for us, and obedience is no longer required for our deliverance. They say the Torah was a curse, and we are no longer under the law. People who obey are legalists, aka heretics, people living according to a false gospel. If that is the case, then why does the dragon make war against the remnant, who keep the commandments of Yahuwah and acknowledge Yahusha, seen at Revelation 12:17? Who does that make those who are making war on the Hebrew roots and the Nazarene who teach obedience? It makes them lawless. And the dragon was enraged with the woman, and he went to fight with the remnant of her seed, those guarding the commandments of Elohim and possessing the witness of Yahusha HaMashiach. Revelation 12:17. His name is Yahuwah, a Hebrew name. They turned it into wormwood and fed Lord to the nations. Recognizing false teachings, wormwood is the gospel of lawlessness. Bitterness towards Yahuwah's word and name. Tearing down strongholds. Yahusha is coming to burn the earth for one reason. For the earth has been defiled under its inhabitants, because they have transgressed the Torah, changed the law, and broken the everlasting covenant. Yashayahu Isaiah 24:5. Taking down the Asherah. And you see military men, and when you look a little closer, taking down the Asherah tree, knocking it down. So this book will help you recognize false teachings. Worshipping Baal? Yes, she can wait. Love you.
No, I'm not doing
Isabel's Izzy Girls witchcraft eventually expanded like yeast into the whole earth, becoming CHURCH, or circus. Dude, you're married to a witch. Eliyahu the Tishbite, and he's pointing at Ahab that is married to Isabel. Okay. LORD equals Baal. Torah means teaching or instruction. The 10 Commandments are our wedding vows. The marriage covenant we'll celebrate at the marriage supper. Yasharal, Yasharal, or Israel, is Yahuwah's wife, or Asha, and all who join to Yahuwah do so through the same covenant. There is one Torah for all. Wormwood is expressed as a bitterness towards Yahuwah's word and name, and the evidence is the disuse of them. The dragon wants to remove and alter Yahuwah's word, as was done in the Garden of Eden. Without the covenant, we are lawless. Wormwood, the gospel of lawlessness, the cause, a bitterness toward obedience.
So drive this kid on.
If the Torah, called the law by pastors, was done away with after Yahushua died and resurrected, then why is the dragon to fight with those guarding it? That's a good question. And here's a picture of Brother Lou White.
Why would they be fighting if they're guarding it?
Yeah, why would the dragon be fighting against us? Yeah. Yeah.
I gotta go.
And the dragon was enraged with the Asha, the wife, the woman, and he went to fight with the remnant of her seed, and those guarding the commands of Yahuwah, and possessing the witness of Yahushua HaMashiach. Revelation 12:17.
Who's the dragon?
The beast, babe.
Beast?
Yes, the whole entire beast system, the Illuminati, the court system.
Well, I make sure it's right. That's
Yep. That's why we're warred against so hard. While claiming obedience unnecessary, they demand
People walk up to me.
the tithe. Because you're a light. There's a light in you.
I mean, I don't mean to get annoyed, but people walk up, or just walk up and walk up. And
Yes.
okay.
That's what happens.
Lately, people have been asking for help and this and that, and yes, I do help, but what? I'm not saying it's bad. It's
Well, some people actually see an actual light on the Nazarene. Like they look like they're glowing. Like Brother Mark said it happened to him once when he was out.
I hope they're not doing it.
For you have made great your word, your name above all. From Psalm 138:2. I think she's crying because you're leaving.
Okay. I'll be right back, Bella. I just gotta bring someone to work and a kid to, I guess, a babysit.
From the series Strongholds and False Beliefs. Doctrines of the World Order, the Reign of Babel.
I'll be right back.
Nimrod's world order will vanish like a vapor,
I'll be right back.
and the eternal reign of Yahushua will come suddenly. His envoys are here. The religion of traditions will be burnt to the ground in one day. None of men's traditions will survive the second coming. Printed book, ISBN. I don't think I have to read that part to you. I apologize. Lou White, teacher of theological archaeology. His research spans from 1983 to 2016. And it's published by Torah Institute. And if anybody would like to reach out to Brother Lou, I will. You can ask me in the comments, and I will share his number, or you guys can write to him. Oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. Wow. Did you hear that? By Walter Scott. Yeah. Okay, so we are going to be starting with what is wormwood. But I'll be writing each subtitle throughout, like I always do, in the description box. And whatever links that are included. Feeding on wormwood. We are all born into a world of great darkness, as if behind enemy lines. We are brainwashed from birth to accept the worldly order as it is. Asherah trees, wreaths, eggs, bunnies, cakes, candles, although witchcraft, the worldly mind only sees it all as beautiful. This is probably something you should listen to too.
I know.
Yeah.
The guy. I don't know. He has to be to work.
I know, baby.
That's why I'm not upset.
Abiding.
A little kind of bad timing when someone asks for help and then
Yes.
they want their kid dropped off too.
Abiding in Yahuwah's word
That's why I
sets
was-
us free from false beliefs. Changing Yahuwah's word causes another effect. They will feed on wormwood, the secret of lawlessness.
Man,
This book reveals how a root of bitterness toward obeying Yahuwah's word grew up in the early forms of Christianity and how they persecuted the Nazarene. I knew.
I love you.
Love you.
Sorry. I'll get you,
It's
Bella.
okay.
I promise. I know. You're okay. I don't like
They
it.
encountered who kept the commandments.
Sit down, everyone. Be good. Okay?
Sorry, let me restart
Okay.
that. This book reveals how a root of bitterness towards obeying Yahuwah's word grew up in the early forms of Christianity and how they persecuted the Nazarene they encountered who kept the commandments. Keeping commandments was considered heresy. Love you. Okay. Was considered heresy to the church fathers or circus fathers, and doctrines developed based on the patterns of sun worship. The Roman timeline of dogmas and bulls, which are papal bulls, they're different than bills. Bills are by the government, bulls are by the papacy. The Roman timeline of dogmas and bulls reflects a close similarity with Hinduism, and now the information age is causing an awakening. You will see the distinction between one who serves Yahuwah and one who does not serve him. This book may be a great starting point for sharing the naked truth with those who are fast asleep in the dream world of religion. The Alexandrian CHURCH fathers disassociated themselves from all behavior resembling what we see in Scripture. Anyone who observed Torah or used terminology reflecting similarities with the Yahudim, Roscoe, was taxed by the Fiscus Judaicus, and the revenue was sent to support the sun-worshipping magisterium of Rome. The final blow to Wormwood is the revealing of who Easter really is. When Christians learn that Easter is Ishtar, the harlot of Babel, they will see they were in the mother of harlots. This awakening will break the spell of Wormwood, and the bitterness towards obedience will vaporize. The first Wormwood. When the serpent changed the words of Yahuwah, the first woman was deceived by them. All mankind is fallen because of Wormwood, and pretending the living words have been changed. He will be back. Enough, crybaby. She ate the wormwood, and it happened in a perfect garden. Roscoe! Our restoration begins by restoring the living words. Okay, he's done howling and whining and crying because he misses Dad. He's only been gone for 2 seconds. Go. Okay, so our restoration begins by restoring the living words. The next section is the beast had an architect. The great architect of sun worship was Nimrod and was defied by the Babylonians. Or deified by the Babylonians. It would be different if he was defied. It's crazy how words that are close together don't mean the same thing. Okay. The beast's hierarchy continues to honor Nimrod as the sun in symbolic ways using obelisks, crosses, halos, as well as terminology and maxims. The beast is the reign of Babel. Yahusha's reign will replace it. Nimrod is the lawless antithesis of the Mashiach, whose image and inscription is on our currency of exchange. In God we trust. It takes on a strange meaning when you look up the origin of the word God, which that's kind of like burned into my brain because if I'm writing a comment to somebody, I actually remember pretty much the whole definition without even having to look it up or read it. Let's examine the word's origin. Who is God they refer to? God, common Teutonic word for personal object of religious worship. Formerly applicable to superhuman beings of heathen myth. That's the only part I usually forget. And this part. On conversion of Teutonic races to Christianity, term was applied to supreme being. But people get the gist. I usually put God is the common Teutonic word for an object of religious worship. That's as much as I remember of it, but it is burned in my brain. It's never going away. Superhuman. Stop, you're getting the book wet, Bean. You can't read. Sorry. Superhuman beings are mentioned in this worldly resource. It's the Encyclopedia Americana, 1945 edition. Nimrod, the mighty hunter who became a mighty one, was a real man who developed into a heathen myth, literally a sun deity. This is verification that a fallen creature is deceiving the whole world and has successfully hoodwinked the nations. To conform to a pattern he instituted long ago in Babylon under Nimrod. Alexander Hyslop connected the dots over 100 years ago that the papacy was disguised Nimrod worship. The beast began with Nimrod, the great architect of the worldly order and the Tower of Babel. The reign of Babel will continue until Yahusha returns and takes it completely out of the way forever. When your eyes are open to the truth, you'll see the Nimrod influence everywhere. Freemasons know they worship Lucifer, the light bearer, the light bringer. They knowingly revere Nimrod as the great architect. Paul told Timothy, people would turn aside to myths, shunning sound doctrine. In the presence of Elohim and of Mashiach Yahusha, who will judge the living and the dead, and in the view of his appearing and his reign, I give you this charge. Preach the word. Be prepared in season and out of season. Correct, rebuke, and encourage with great patience, careful instruction. For the time will come when men will not put up with sound doctrine. Instead, to suit their own desires, they will gather around them a great number of teachers to say what their itching ears want to hear. They will turn their ears away from the truth and turn aside to myths. But you keep your head in all situations, all of you. Endure hardship. Do the work of an evangelist. Discharge all the duties of your ministry. 2 Timothy 4, 1-5. A star named Wormwood. And the third messenger sounded, and a great star fell from the Shamayim, or the heaven, burning like a torch, and it fell on a third of the rivers and on the fountains of water, and the name of the star is called Wormwood. And a third of the waters became wormwood, and many men died from the waters because they were made bitter. Revelation 8, 10, and 11. Okay, physical wormwood. Mortal bitterness. This can be asteroids, war, poison, disease, floods, earthquakes, radiation, crime, and all other fruits of lawlessness. Spiritual wormwood. Bitterness towards Torah. This is being seen in the behavior of people and is the result of ignoring or altering the instructions or Torah of Yahweh. It's like a programming flaw or a computer virus that corrupts from the inside. They feel bitter towards obeying. The origin of this wormwood is the spiritual realm, where our enemy works through people, corrupting their hearts with strongholds or faulty thinking. They feel hatred for the word. Yahuwah calls altered teachings wormwood. Amos 5:7. O you who are turning right rulings to wormwood and have cast down righteousness to the earth. This describes the alteration of his word by false teachers. Jeremiah or Yirmiyahu 9:13-16. And Yahuwah says, because they have forsaken my Torah, which I set before them, and have not obeyed my voice, nor walked according to it, but they have walked according to the stubbornness of their own heart, and after the Baalim, LORDs, which their fathers had taught them. Therefore, thus said Yahuwah Zabaoth, the Elohim of Yasharal. See, I am making this people eat wormwood, and I shall make them drink poisoned water, and I shall scatter them among the Gentiles, whom neither they nor their fathers have known, and I shall send a sword after them until I have consumed them. Literal and figurative wormwood. Bella, you keep twisting. What is going on? Okay, so I'm gonna read a little bit more. Sorry, my video is getting a little bit long. Okay, literal and figurative wormwood. Misinterpretations can corrupt our understanding and impact our behavior. Consider Psalms Tehillim 1:3. He is like a tree planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in season and whose leaf does not wither. By confusing idiomatic abstractions to be literal, we mistake what Yahuwah means. Yahuwah expresses his thoughts abstractly, with metaphors and idioms. Hebrew contains hundreds of idioms. A person who meditates on the Torah of Yahuwah is like certain things. Other elements are symbolic. Tree means upright or righteous one. Streams of water, words of Torah. Fruit, good character or behavior. Bella, I'm going to set you on the desk in a minute. Unwithered leaf, prosperity. I'm not even joking. Sit. 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 Sit down. Please. Sit. Good girl. Good girl. You cannot, no, you cannot get on the computer. Okay. She's not being good, so we're just going to do this. Oh, the page turned. Okay, sorry guys. Okay, so, fruit is good character or behavior. She's not being good, Roscoe. She needs to sit. She's not being good at all. Okay. Unwithered leaf is prosperity. So you're going to sit still, please, Bean? There is nothing mystical about Yahuwah's ideas, but his thoughts are higher than ours. All he expects of us is to submit to him and trust him, but there is another who wants to be like him. That being is an interloper and imposter. A demonic stronghold is like a computer virus corrupting an operating system. Our reasoning is misled by faulty information. We need to crash dump and start over with truth. We have to reprogram our thinking by renewing our minds. Oh, the depth of riches and wisdom and knowledge of Elohim. How unsearchable his judgments and untraceable his ways. For who has known the mind of Yahuwah? Or who has become his counselor? Or who first gave to him, and it shall be given back to him? Because of him, and through him, and to him are all. To whom be esteem forever. Amen. I call upon you, therefore, brothers, through the compassion of Elohim, to present your bodies a living offering, set apart, well-pleasing to Yahuwah, Elohim, your reasonable worship, and do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, so that you prove what is that good and what well-pleasing and perfect desire of Elohim. Romans 11:33 to 12:2. Teaching of Isabel the witch, wormwood. From wormwood we learn to do things Yahuwah told us to never do. Fallen down drunk. Alright, this is a introduction to what I'm going to be reading next video. Okay. I just wanted to give you guys a little start to this book today. Sorry, Bella was not being very good, but now she's resting her head on the desk. And she's just sitting here being very good now. See? Now you're being good, wiggle worm. Love you. Okay. Alright, so, shalom. I love you all. Yahuwah, Baruch you all, you and your families. Baruch haba Hashem Yahuwah. Shalom and blessings. I love you.